Hi, it's Sunday, the 10th of December 2017, and this is Navigating Your Day. So, 10 in Jin Shin Jyutsu came into the universe meaning the vehicle of the outpouring of limitless life power. Wow, hey? So, it also represents air. So, air is our connection, our breath is our connection to the limitless life power that's available to us while we are having this earthly journey. And if we align ourselves with the energy of the 10, we connect to that limitless power, and that helps us to integrate ourselves. It can lead to inspiration, it can lead to new ideas, and it can lead to a certainty that I am enough. I'm enough to do the job, or have the family, or have the relationship, or confront the person that needs confronting. I am enough. I don't need external validation. I'm enough just as I am. So if we can align ourselves with that energy today, then we can connect to that idea that we are part of this abundance, this limitless outpouring of life energy, because we actually are enough and we are connected to this infinite energy source. We have a 1, a 3, and a 1 in the root of the life map today. And so 1 is the prime mover. It's the number that moves into the next part of the number sequence. It's the initiator. It's the inspirer. 1s are very outgoing. They're very chatty. They can be very inspiring, but they can also actually, that 1 energy can be very draining because it can be quite intense. It's very cerebral. It's very analytical. It's very excitable. It's very like, yes, 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 let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And it's not able to see the potential downside. So it just wants to move forward without necessarily taking everything into account. So you may find yourself wanting to rush, wanting to get things done, wanting to get it done as quickly as possible, being sure you can do it exactly the way it needs to be done, and then ending up tripping yourself up, right? And it can lead to huge amounts of frustration when things don't actually go according to those expectations, because the expectations are unrealistic. They can very often only be one-sided. So the other side of those 2 1s is that we have the opportunity to integrate different parts of ourselves. Now, you may find a part that you don't find particularly attractive, which means that can be quite difficult or challenging. But remember, as I've said before, you cannot shine your light unless you integrate your shadow. So the job that we are here to do is to integrate all parts of ourselves and accept all parts of ourselves. You may find the critical voice in your head is very loud today, all right? And so you may be really slapped by your not enoughs. You know, I'm not thin enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not clever enough, I'm not educated enough. I'm just plain stupid. If you find yourself talking to yourself like that, please become aware of it. Notice it, allow the voice to say what it needs to say, but just try and step out of that and become the observer and remind yourself, or ask yourself this question: well, is that true? Is that the only story? Is that truly the only story? Am I truly totally useless? Well, that answer is no. You might not find it, but just know that the answer is no, right? Okay, so the helper of today is the 5, and 5 is the adaptable one. Now, 5 is also an air number, so it's going to intensify this air energy. Lots of energy, lots of excess energy. It will feel like potentially like lots of electricity, all right? So it's one of those days where earthing is really important. Put your bare feet in the soil, go for a walk on the beach without shoes on, lie on the lawn, eat protein, root vegetables, so that you can actually ground yourself. Drink lots of water so that some of that excessive air energy can be dissipated. Exercise, move, work up a sweat, because what that does is that actually dissipates that excess energy and that sort of excess electricity, and that can help to actually ground you and bring you back into your body, out of your mind so much and back into your body. Because there's a potential for that disconnect today. But 5 in the hero position is the inventor, new ways to do things. It's the thrill seeker, it's the adrenaline junkie. So once again, another good idea to do something that gets your blood up and stimulates your adrenaline, and at the same time helps to draw some of your excess energy off. So make it an activity, because if it's not an activity, it's going to be something else. It's going to be too much wine, or too much tequila, or too many cigarettes, or too much weed, or too much whatever, okay? So we might end up becoming distracted because of that. The villain of today is the 6. So when we have the 6 in this villain position, we are not discriminating. We lose our sense of balance. So again, we become excessively in the head, or we push the envelope too far, or we seek the thrill beyond what is safe, for example. So we lose our sense of discrimination of what is good for us. And that can also exacerbate that negative voice in your head, the voice of the not good enough part of your personality, and make it much, much, much louder. So the way that you can regulate that is by holding your index finger. Safety Energy Lock number 10 is on the index finger, and when you hold the index finger, you regulate the bladder and kidney organ function energy, and the underlying emotion is subconscious fear. So it helps to harmonize our subconscious fear. It also helps to harmonize the water element of the body, and it helps flow. Anything that flows, anything that requires liquid to move, so that's digestion, endocrine function, brain chemicals, hormones, oh, that's endocrine function, right? Blood, anything that is liquid and that needs to move gets harmonized by holding the index finger, and it also helps us to calm the hell down. So hang on to your index fingers today. Hope you have an amazing Sunday. Do something, if you can, that's relatively exciting and that is going to force you to move your body, work up a sweat, and dissipate some of this excess energy that we may have going on today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.